So in true Harvard Business School fashion, we're going to start with a cold call, and this is going to kick us off. And Phil, you look so good in your tie. I'm going to pick on you. So we have Ian Deicing, who's the Director of Airport Operations for JetBlue. He's facing a decision. Why don't you tell us what decision he's facing and what you think you ought to do? Kick us off.
So just a general idea of what his problem is. I kind of saw it as two potential problems, one on top of the other. So there was a lot of de-icing issues. They had a lot of delays, a lot of flights canceled. They lost business, obviously. So one of the things that he wanted to tackle was de-icing methods, which ones to use, which ones were more profitable and faster, more efficient.
Yes.
And the other one was using either the Juliet pad or the Earhart pad, where they could keep the planes and de-ice them and return them back. And that was also another issue that he was dealing with, because the Juliet one was shared but available for free, and the other one, the Earhart one, he could have paid for and he would have had it guaranteed.
So very good overview. So your decision is July. Where is your head right now? What are you going to recommend? With snow coming in 6 months, you got kind of, I think, 3 choices, maybe more. But what do you think is the best path forward?
Well, from what I've read, I read that towards the end of the case, they talk about the 2 options being considered. And the second option was to lease separate space from the airport at Earhart, which is what I think I would do, where airline could operate 3 de-icing stations and 1 team remaining on the gate. I feel like that's most efficient.
Okay.
And even though you'd have to put in the money, the return on the investment would be much larger, because you'd get more flights out. Your business wouldn't get a bad rep like they did on the Valentine's Day week, where they lost over 1,400 flights.
Anyone see any challenges with growth like that, going from 60 to 90? What other things would you want to be doing? Anyone?
You need to worry about that capacity size too, like that you don't have too many, like 2 cram of the schedule, 2 cram, everything has to be like set in place, that you don't just try to go out for the money, everything planned out, so it's still efficient.
Okay, Nicole, what do you think?
With exponential growth, you always have to worry about adding more focus cities within your airline, because if you're just flying to the same 5 cities, the people are going to be bored with it. Like, they want you to fly out to other cities in the U.S.
So to go from 60 to 90, you need to have more growth in the network.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Joe?
So in 2010, JetBlue operated like 75 departures out of 11 gates.
Okay, this is important. 75 departures out of 11 gates, great. And what else do we know?
One of their competitors, US Airways, operated about 50 out of 17 gates.
Okay, so do some quick, and Ms. Barry told me you guys have been practicing running numbers in this. Roughly, and I don't think I said this, but how many departures per gate in a day is each airline pumping out? Anyone do that, or just a quick math, Joe? I'm sure we got a calculator in your iPad somewhere there. Or Kevin's done it. Kevin, what do you have?
No, he said he has his calculator.
Okay. Or even just round in your head. But so you got 75 departures. I'm sorry, Miriam? 6.8 departures for JetBlue, and how many for US Airways?
A little less than 3.
Okay, Brian says a little bit less than 3. So everyone follow that? Okay, so we have, what did we say, how many now? 6.8, compared to a little bit less than 3 departures a day. Morning. How many airplanes do you think are on the ground, roughly?
17,
17, 18. Actually, 17 or 18, you guys are right. And this is, it's tricky. I'm sorry, pulling it out of you guys, but and how many, so we have, let's round numbers, about 18 airplanes. Everyone sort of follow that, how that works? Just mirroring up arrivals and departures. How many gates do we have? 11 gates. So where do the other airplanes go? Any idea?
just sitting there.
Serena, they're what?
They're just sitting there.
They're just, and where are they sitting?
on the tarmac.
What do we know about the Boston airport and just the amount of space and how it's been developed over the years? Nicole?
It's very tiny, and so tiny that they had to fill up the harbor
Okay.
to make more runway.
So we know it's tiny, it's kind of space constrained, we have these de-icing pads, we're going to get to de-icing, but I wanted to kind of set the stage here that when you come in, if you're working in JetBlue, come in at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, we said you got 11 gates and there are 18 airplanes just all over the airport, right? So then, and I think, Phil, you were going to go here, not to keep picking on you, but it was the de-icing aspect. What do we know about de-icing? I think, I cool. I mean, Kelly, it started off with just the turn times, we have 30 or 40 minutes.
Well, going back to what I was saying earlier
Yep.
with the manpower.
Yeah,
So it's, the de-icing and anti-icing are performed using two or four vehicles, with, the manpower being 3 to 4 people per machine,
yes.
per vehicle.
Uh-huh.
And then that obviously took its own time. They had certain times where they had to wait. The plane would be pushed back 15 feet from the gate, 2 minutes. De-icers would position themselves, and configure for de-icing 3 minutes, like the time would take. And, you know, it'd be their time to,
They push the plane back 15 feet,
Mhm.
which approximately takes 2 minutes to do. It takes 2 minutes out of the schedule. And then when you're cleaning the plane, and then you have the de-icer to pull it back in, another minute. So it's 3 minutes of lost time basically for the on gate.
Mhm.
And 3 minutes doesn't seem like that much, but when you're on a 30-minute schedule, or a tight schedule, 3 minutes can actually just like make or break it. And push one back flight, keep pushing flights back and forth, and then keep it late more, and then you're just losing business in the long run.
Okay. I like the snowball effect that Green brought. Nicole?
And not only do you affect with delays, like at that airport,
Yes.
the airplane that's gonna arrive at New York, let's say, it's gonna delay that flight that's leaving New York to a different destination.
Yeah, so the
Point to
delays,
point.
it's not just Boston, it propagates across the whole network. Very, very good. Where do we go now? So when Phil opened up, we talked about these two options, right? We're doing on gate, we have done on gate, we're looking at two de-icing pads. Can anyone describe these two options? And we've got a couple there, one exhibit that sort of lays out graphically as well, but how is doing on a pad different from doing on a gate?
Well, I know one of the pads, the Earhart pad, you have to lease it out.
Okay,
And the amount that it costs to lease it out for a year costs as much as leasing the gate.
okay.
So, and you also have to develop it for $160,000.
Right.
But you're guaranteed room on that pad to de-ice your planes, whether on the Juliet pad, it's kind of shared with everybody, and you have to apply and say, oh, we have this many planes coming in and out today, this is how much space we need, and JetBlue can say, we need 3 spots today, or they can say, we need 2 spots, and they just assign the spots on the spot.
Okay, so let's go to the Earhart pad. How much is that, what are the costs there we have to, we're grappling with?
Well, the 3-year lease is $535,000 per year,
Okay.
and that's as much as a gate per year,
Okay.
and they have to spend $160,000 to develop it.
Okay, so that's if we go the exclusive route, and the Juliet you said was free. So even just more fundamentally, you, Coutinho, or someone else, I think Phil was recommending, hey, we've got to go, you know, do the Earhart pad. It was worth the investment. But even just on the gate compared to a pad, how does it mechanically? I mean, what are the benefits of one over the other? Does anyone, you know, how will it help our issues if we're doing it on a pad, or will it help our problems?
So the Juliet pad and Earhart pad.
Uh-huh.
The Juliet pad is kind of open to anyone, so it's kind of like a first come, first serve.
Okay.
Whoever needs it the most. So if JetBlue was to use the Juliet pad, then they weren't guaranteed a spot. So they kind of could come into trouble if there was a big snowstorm and they didn't have their spots to de-ice, and they would have to do all the on gate. But then the downfall of the Earhart pad is that they have to pay for it to be.
Costs all this money that we talked about. So,
Yeah, it's a 3-year lease of $535,000 per year.
Okay.
And then you need a one-time cost of $160,000 to develop.
okay, so let's say you're Ian, Phil over here. I mean, how do you go to your headquarters, still from a new company, and ask for $160,000 today and then a commitment for $500,000 a year? I mean, how do you justify that expense? What do you think? What
You would have to go
benefits are-
back into like the previous, like how much money you lost with like delays and everything, and I feel like you'd kind of have to like compare them and how much money their difference would be.
Okay. Kelly, what do you think?
They could also bring up the customer bill of rights that they have.
Okay.
So they want to keep their customers satisfied, so they keep coming back and they have good recommendations because the best PR is by word of mouth.
Yes.
So if they're keeping their customers happy, then they're going to have more revenue, so it'll exceed the amount of money that they're investing in the aircraft carrier.
Oh,
If you wanted to justify the cost, you'd have to point out like the stress that they're currently under.
okay.
So if you look at Exhibit 4, in 2005, they're operating at 1,469 per gate.
Yes.
But then in 2009, more recent statistics, it's almost double that, and they're at 2,038 per gate.
Okay.
So that's how it is.
Okay. So just the growth and everything else that's going on.